Okay. Alright. I'm here. I'm I'm sharing the link to Facebook. Going to post. I just need the link. I don't need the service you're providing. Okay. Then we're gonna just share it to a few groups. So tell me why like just now I edit the post, I make it everything, but I don't include the link. And so as I share it, it's like, huh, what are they gonna what are they gonna click on? Oh boy. Share it to a group, share to this one. This is like oh, this is like one of the longest blue screens I've had so far, I think. Ooh, wow, I wanted to share it to more than one at the same time. Oh boy. Alright. I don't know a way to do that without like actually streaming first, but there's probably a way. Just not working on it. Huh. Huh. Did it switch by itself? I wonder if it switched by itself. I wonder if it started off with the screen. That's interesting. Hmm. Hi everybody. I'm Absird. This is Chatting with Abby. So there have been a lot of talk about submission and submissiveness in relationships. So for this topic, I'm I'm going to start off sharing the principles as I understand them about submission. Uh, when I hear, think, and see submission as it occurs, it normally involves a form of slavery. It's like a master slave or parasite host relationship where the parasite wants the host or the master wants the slave to submit to it and allow the slave to become under its control, bend to its will, and honor, respect, and obey its authority. It tends to be rooted in authority and utilizing aggressiveness, competition, aggression, competition, and narcissism. So, for the sake of discussion, uh, I may not be using the word submission unless I'm referring to it in the sense of a form of slavery. When I'm referring to a relationship that isn't utilizing slavery, I'm going to use a word other than submission. So, submission in a relationship. You, when I hear people discuss this, they always say that people should submit to the leader. But as I understand leading to work, you can't submit to a leader because a leader isn't attempting to force servitude. A leader is simply guiding. Uh, a leader tends to be in the pack, headed for a destination, and is just at the front of the pack or in a position to direct and guide the pack. But the pack itself can go in whichever direction they tend. So in a relationship, a leader would guide the relationship. A leader would attempt to set the example for the relationship and set the standards and means, metrics, rules, regulations for the relationship. But the participants who choose to imitate this leader, who choose to be with and around this leader, always have the choice of, well, leaving and choosing a different leader. If they feel that their guidelines for their life are better suited in other areas, then, well, they don't have to follow the leader anymore. They can go to where their life is dictating them. This is a conversation I'm actually having with uh, some people right now. Uh, I'm reading comments off of Facebook, Messenger, and other media, and speaking about them. Uh, I don't think I'm going to focus and respond to any directly because there's a lot of information here, and it seems like a lot of people, uh, a lot of the men in the conversation view being the leader as they would being the boss, as being the king. I do like they want to make the decisions. They want this person to be their servant. They they want a submissive woman or a submissive person in their life. They don't want to argue. They don't want to fight. They want to have their way without any feedback and backdraw. There's a relationship I saw with two individuals who carry alpha energy, and alpha energy tends to be this leadership energy as well, and they don't fight and argue in ways that are highly noticeable. It's like they each do their own thing, and their own thing benefits the relationship as a whole. Like I'm gonna do my thing, you're gonna do your thing, and it grows the relationship. Neither one seems to be attempting to cause separation in a relationship. The issue with having a slave is if something or someone doesn't want to be a slave, they fight back. If you have a relationship rooted around competition, both people trying to take authority, I'm moving too fast. A lot of the ladies who they seem to fall in a few categories. One category wants to be slaves. They want to be taken care of. They want their partner to make the majority of the decisions and do all the mental work and to exchange most of their life units for currencies which they can exchange for resources to survive on. While they enjoy bonding with members of their family and their community. That is the lifestyle they accustom themselves to. And another set, they they don't necessarily want to work with the man, but they want to control him. They still want him to do all the work and make all the decisions, but they want to simply enjoy the fruits and benefits of the lifestyle without having to actually work and put in effort. They don't want a job. They don't want to do anything. They want to be able to use their time as they see fit, which is understandable. Using your time as you see fit, but they want to live and benefit at the expense of their partner. A lot of these relationships seem to be composed of people who want to live and benefit at the expense of their partner. In order to live and benefit at the expense of your partner, you need a partner willing to submit. And in order to allow someone to live and benefit off of you, you have to be willing to submit. You have to allow this person to use you as a trophy, as a means to acquire resources and value. They have to allow the person to continue to extract value from you. And I've seen relationships like that go on for many years. There are lots of small cuts and bruises in the midst of that relationship, but their bond seems to be acceptable in their lives. And if that's their bond, that's their bond. Then there are the alphas I mentioned, who provide a mutual benefit to each other, and in turn cause a mutual benefit to the relationship, and their bond seems to grow and increase in strength. It tends to survive struggles and hardships. A lot of people, they don't want a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They don't want a husband or a wife. They want a slave that they can fuck. So many people that I've been hearing these conversations and reading these conversations and engaging in conversations with, they want a slave that they can fuck. They say, I want to have a vessel to release all my anger, frustrations into, and I don't want it to retaliate. I just want it to fuck me. And I'm speaking above men, women, and other species. They just want slaves. And they never want to call it that. They like these titles of husband and wife. They like the pretending to be leaders and to pretend to be loyal and faithful. There was a person that was like, hey, I'm in a relationship, but there are lots of you I'm willing to fuck. And others, they were like, well, why are you doing this in your relationship? Like, no, it's okay. My partner also expresses interest in others. It's like, okay, that's you have, it sounds like you have an extremely competitive relationship where each member of the relationship is constantly competing for attention, whether attention from others outside the relationship or attention from each other. But if that's the bonds of your relationship, okay. I hope it's understandable why people who don't have that same view of a relationship where they don't want to compete for attention. They want to be the prize. They want their partner to have to compete. So, if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna go fuck other bitches. If you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna go find me another man. Always walk around with a pair of scissors threatening to sever that bond. Do what I want, or I'll break this bond and hurt both of us. Because I think it's gonna hurt you more. I'll hurt both of us because it'll hurt you more. That is what competition does. That is how a way that competition actualizes itself in a relationship. I want to hurt you more. I want to receive more of your attention. I want more of your time. I want access to more resources. This relationship can only work if I have more than you. It's like the guy who marries an attractive lady who, happens to be displaying her body and allowing others to gaze upon her attractiveness. And this is what, creates the bond between them. So as this bond grows and deepens, the other person, and it's like, hey, wait a minute. Why are you still doing this? Why are you still seeking all this attention? You have me. You have your prize. Why are you still looking for it? And that's where the narcissism comes in. Why do you think you're the prize? When I asked this question, I got actually significantly less responses than I thought I would. I I didn't know what to expect, but I wanted to know. Like these people who view themselves as a prize. What makes you the prize? If someone is to acquire you, what do they win? I think the post received 3 responses. One was an actual response from a young lady, and I appreciate that. And the other 2 were attempts to mock the lack of responses. What is this dog doing? Hang on one second. You okay there, girl? You just sleeping? Okay. I'm gonna let you sleep. I guess she was like moving positions or something. I don't know. Oh wait, I missed the text. I mean, if we're talking about submission, I guess we can talk about cheating. Cheating in relationships. You did something in this relationship that caused me to feel disempowered. Like the balance of the relationship has shifted from what I found comfortable. So now I have to even the scales. I have to get back. I have to do what I want. I have to hurt you. I have to go prove that I'm valuable. I'm going to prove that other people want me. Since apparently you don't take my word for it. And man. I was in a relationship with a cheater. And when I was hanging with friends who were cheaters. And they kept trying to convince me to cheat. It's like, hey, it feels good. They didn't mention the pain that it causes to the significant other. But I knew the pain it causes. I felt that pain. And I cheated in a way that would allow me to get caught. Because she never really told me she cheated. I tended to catch her. And after I caught her and confronted her, she would admit to, sometimes she would admit to cheating. And so I wanted that feeling back. I wanted to cheat in a way, leave evidence lying around, so that she would discover that I was cheating. Because I was better at hiding things than she was. So I could cheat and hide the fact that I did it. At least I think I could. I don't really know if she knew or not. You know, like when you do something, you tend to think you're the best at it. So like you trick yourself really well. Like, well, it looks like she's convinced. She doesn't look hurt. But she called me, confronted me, and at the moment that she confronted me, I felt such an extreme level of pain and guilt that I only admitted to the parts that she had discovered. I didn't tell her the full truth of what happened. I didn't tell her the full story. I lied to her. It's like, yeah. I cheated and did this and this and experienced her hurt and grief. I can see the image of it happening, and I can hear the words that were exchanged. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. It really hurts. It really hurts. Sometimes I have these abilities, and it's like, oh yeah, these abilities are so great. I can see music, and I can do this and this, and then I don't know if I can see music. I can see like the spirit behind the music or something like that. I don't really know how it works, to be fair, but like, cause I know that I can see spirits, and spirits have colors, and when I see music, what the music has colors too. So it's like I don't know if there's a major difference between what I see when I see music and what I see when I see spirits. It might just be the same type of energy. I don't know. I don't know. But just now, having the image of my memory play, like it just made me relive that pain. But without the memory of the joy and pleasure of cheating, it's just look at what happened when you cheated. Look at the effects. Look at the actions that occurred when you did this action. Look at the reactions. I don't get to. I don't know the way my memory works. I don't tend to get the feeling itself. I tend to get the experience, and through the experience, I get the feeling. So because of how I view the actions that happen, like the cheating, I don't get the experience as I experienced it when it happened. Like when I cheated, oh, it was fun. I was like, oh, this feels great. I wasn't even thinking about cheating. I was just thinking about the person I was with at the time. I was like, oh, my girlfriend. Like, what girlfriend? I'm single. You know what I mean? But as I look back, I still have all the data to accompany it. So with that extra information, it changes the way I view the experience. I think that's how it should always work, though. Like the more information you have access to, the more changes it should make to any experience in particular. Yeah, man, this is an interesting topic. I never really had the chance to fully express how I view the submission in relationships, and how submission is akin to a form of slavery. So those that want to submit and those that want to have others submit, whenever I hear them described, I have consistently seen slavery described. I want this person to do all the work, and I want to live and benefit at their expense. In exchange, I will do this portion of work, which is significantly less taxing than their portion. And only a few times have I heard, I want us both to do work. I just don't mind if the work that we do is varied in the sense that we are covering different areas of the work, but both allowing the family to survive and thrive. I hear that described very, very rarely. Most people just want to compete. They want to win. They want to slave. And of course that causes a relationship to fail. All you're doing is fighting, trying to assert dominance. Especially if you're near equally powered. Like, no matter how you view power, if they're both close to each other in power, if there's not a huge discrepancy in power, then well, one can't win all the time. If there's a huge discrepancy, then the bully is going to win. Like the bully can just dominate the other, and some people want that. They want someone who's able to dominate them. That way they can feel safe and secure. And the one that's dominating doesn't see that they're being used. Because in their mind, they're winning. I'm winning. I'm beating you. I'm dominating you. Other person, yeah, you're winning. You're providing me resources. You're letting me use the vehicles that you have access to. You're letting me use the resources you have access to. And only thing I'm doing is fucking you. Like that, cause of the way I used it. You know what I mean? Like I'm, they're fucking you. That's it. Only thing they're doing is fucking you. Interpret that however you want. uh, I wonder if anyone is ever honest enough to say that. Like, hey, if we get in this relationship, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna fuck you real good. Oh, like sexually? Yeah, sure. I had a friend mention how they described men wanting to. This is a female friend of mine, and she's a really strong woman. Actually, like she's strong, and her strength is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's just she's figuring that out. She's figuring that out, and it's been a pleasure watching her grow. She was saying how because she's not really used to receiving attention. Uh, she describes men as being in fear and heavily intimidated by her, and that causes the ones to that have are allowed access to her tend to be ones who, well, they thinking about hitting the lick. Like, man, look at this. It's a manner that I had described to someone. Like, I tell people often that I love powerful women, and associating myself with these alpha energies, these women with these powerful spirits, I found out that some people want a powerful partner. They want someone who's equally yoked, who's able to support and balance them. And some want to control powerful people. And this seems to be the case for a lot of the men for the powerful men that I associate with. They want to control a powerful woman, or they want to control a lot of weak women. Some want the numbers. Some of these men, I want to control a bunch of weak women because what one woman don't have, another one will. I can take bits and pieces. That way I don't have to give myself to any of them. I just take bits and pieces of what I need from each relationship. And they should be satisfied with what I give them because I'm the prize. They're getting me. And then some men want to control powerful people. Like, I want to be the one with the most powerful slave. Because if my slave is this powerful, what does that say about me? I'm the one that's in control of this powerful slave. And that happens with a lot of the women that I find are interested in me. And it sucks because they're extremely attractive according to my personal standards. And some try to fight me. They want to fight so that they can win. My ability to remain consistent that I've developed through intense and practices of deep levels of honesty pushes and punishes their inner story. The story that they tell themselves about the world and their place in it. If in their world they're at the top, and I understand what it's like to be powerful, to carry this alpha energy, and often because of this alpha energy, the circumstances that you find yourself in, you outperform. You're physically or mentally or spiritually just more. You're more capable than most others in the environment that you're in, and so it's easy to get used to being on top. It's easy to get used to being the most capable person in an area. Until you come across someone with more capabilities than you, someone more capable, then that could threaten to undermine the value that they've assigned themselves. They've assigned themselves a value, typically number one. And so when they have someone with all these capabilities, then in order to even the balance, in order to tip the scales, in order to become number one, in order to get on top, they have to force this thing with capabilities to be beneath them, to be under their control. Some have used titles and labels. How you doing, King? Hey, all I want to do is worship and honor you. And in order for me to worship and honor you, this is what I need you to do. I need you to do this work and do these tasks and perform in this certain way. That way, I can give you what you deserve. I've seen them. If you want access to me and my time, then you have to behave this way. If you don't behave like I want, then I will deny you access to me. I've seen, I'll give you whatever you want. This is everything I have access to. And I will give you access. I will give you all of my kingdom. If you just come and do an act of worship for me. Tell me how great I am. Tell me how awesome I am. You know, let me show you off to my friends. I need you to perform and show other people how spectacular you are so they can see how much of an amazing catch I was able to obtain. I'm aware that I'm attractive. And I'm not using my opinion on this. Enough people have expressed interest in me, and at the rate of which interest is expressed, something about me is attractive. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't dwell on exactly what it is, but something about me is attractive. So I'm aware that I'm attractive. One lady actually told me that she's used to being with men who she can control by feeding their egos. And the thing that, made her attracted to me is that I was able to resist her control. It's like, man, I'm not really resisting your control. I don't want you that way. Like, the love and respect I have for you isn't necessarily of a sexual nature. Like, I'm just attracted to powerful people. Like, I like being, just like I'm attracted to honest people. I don't want to fuck every honest person I come across. But I tend to like to be around honest people. It feels comfortable. It feels safe. Just put everything on the table. I try to be honest when approaching people towards relationships. Because, I like sex. You can say I have an addiction of vasopressin. Slight addiction to cortisol as well. And my love for vasopressin exceeds my love of dopamine. Like, oh boy. But that's not what I'm looking for. Like, in order for me to engage in a relationship with someone, they have to be more than just attractive. They have to be more than just desirable. I'm looking for honesty. And you don't have to tell me you're honest. Like, I don't have to tell people that I'm honest. It's so many people ask, hey, or either ask or assume. Some people assume that I'm able to do these things from some secret method, or because I have access to hidden resources. And so part of being honest is telling people, I don't know if I have access to the same research you have access to. So I'll tell you what I have access to. I have access to the ability to see spirits and interact with them. I have access to the ability to see energy. I have access to the ability of hearing music. And I gained this access by being honest. I have access to being aware of how my body is responding to events. have access of understanding through the process of reasoning and paying attention to events as they occur. I don't keep these things a secret. This is all achieved through honesty. As my brother Donald puts it. As brother Donald puts it. Honesty is the individual will and effort to recognize and be in sync with truth and reality. Truth is what's consistent with reality. And reality is what exists independent of and mutually exclusive to the inner story or the identity. Reality and idealism are mutually exclusive. If these are mutually exclusive systems, like they're systems. There are mechanical processes behind each. Reality operates off of a set of principles and attempts to maintain balance between the metastates humans will call uh, existence and non-existence and all the substrates therein. And idealism is a system of agreements. It's often composed of a system of agreements one makes with themselves and to the greater organisms or greater groups they belong to. It's not a system of principles. It's a system of agreements. In a relationship, if everyone calls themselves submissive and leader, but they're agreeing to different definitions, it's like if I agree to be your husband, and in my mind, being the husband means that you're going to wash the dishes, take care of the kids, clean the house, clean the food. I need you to get a job to help me with these bills. And in your mind, being a husband means that the man is going or the husband is going to do all the work. It's like some husbands say, being a husband means the wife does all the work and I provide the money. Sometimes women say the husband does all the work and I provide the pussy. And then the relationships crash. Everyone's fighting and fighting. Alright. Oh. What is this message? Okay. Alright, you know what? This is actually an interesting conversation to me. Like, I'm probably gonna go back and read through. A lot of what I was saying was occurring in like a flow state. So I'm not entirely aware of what I was saying. I was simply looking at a set of principles and describing how I currently understand those principles to operate, based on what reality has shown me and what Brother Donald has explained or does explain in his work. So I want to look back, see if I made sense, see if everything I said fit together nicely. But this was really fun. I'm not as energetic because I'm tired. I'm just tired, and I'm hot. I'm hot. It's like 110 degrees outside, and electricity is really expensive around this time. So my AC is not on. I'm just. I want to talk to you. I want you to join the conversation. I posted this couple Facebook groups. Posted on my Facebook wall. ABSIRD, Absird Charles. Send me a friend request. Send me a message. Let me know. Hey, found you on chat with Abby. I like the conversation. You just talk to me. Want to talk about music? Talk about music. I love talking about music. I love music. You want to talk about, I don't know, sex? Talk about sex. You want to talk about the shape of chairs? We can talk about shape of chairs. I want to talk to you. The conversation is not what's important to me. The The topic of the conversation is not what is important to me. The conversation is. When I had a conversation, I want you to join the conversation. Feel free to look me up on Instagram. Instagram is Absird1. ABSIRD1. You know? Hook me up on Cashapp. ABSIRD. You know? Support the music. Spotify. Patreon. Shit, I'm on Twitter. I ain't on Twitter, but I have a Twitter account. I'm mostly on Facebook. You know, then I check Instagram a couple times a week as well. I'm on Discord. I'm on YouTube. Shit, if you watching this live, thank you. Thank you. That's clutch. Appreciate that. All right, I hope you have a wonderful week. No matter when you watch this. I hope whatever happens forward, you know, you can make some decisions that increase the likelihood of your week improving. All right.